Have you ever felt that itch? That restless, gnawing pull to just walk away? Leave the keys on the table, the phone on silent, and disappear into some vast, quiet nowhere? I've been there. It's not loud at first, it's a whisper, a shadow that creeps in when the days feel too heavy, too same. I used to think it was just me, staring out my window, dreaming of a life erased, a map with no pin on it. But I've learned it's not just me, and it's not just you either. This is a story about that desire, about wrestling with it, about turning it into something that doesn't swallow you whole. Stay with me, because this isn't about running. It's about finding out why you want to, and what happens when you don't. It started small, that feeling. I'd wake up to the same alarm, the same coffee, the same scroll through a feed that didn't care. My life wasn't bad, it was fine, functional, a steady hum, but fine started to feel like a cage. I'd sit on my couch, the TV flickering, and imagine it. A bag slung over my shoulder, a bus ticket to a town I'd never heard of, a name no one knew. The fantasy was so vivid I could taste it. The wind, the freedom, the nothing. I'd tell myself, one day I'll do it. One day I'll vanish. But that day never came, and the wanting just grew, a quiet ache that followed me everywhere. Ever feel that? That pull to just go? Then it got louder. One night, I couldn't sleep. The weight of it all hit me like a wave. Work was a grind, friendships felt like chores, and my inbox was a monster I couldn't tame. I stood at my door, keys in hand, heart racing, ready to bolt. I didn't know where, just away. I pictured a forest, a desert, a place where no one could find me, but something stopped me. I sat down right there on the floor and asked myself, what am I running from? It wasn't the city or the people. It was me. The me I didn't know how to fix. That moment was a crack in the dream. I didn't leave, but I started to see. Disappearing wasn't the answer. It was the question. So I leaned into it. I stopped fighting that urge and started listening. The next morning, I turned off my phone. No notifications, no noise, just me and the silence. I walked outside, no plan, just moving. The air felt sharp. The world felt real. And for the first time in weeks, I didn't want to scroll or hide. I kept going, day by day, peeling back the layers. I found a river near my place and sat there, watching the water rush by, letting that desire to vanish wash over me. It wasn't about leaving anymore, it was about feeling it, letting it breathe. I told my sister one day over a shaky cup of tea, I keep wanting to disappear. She didn't judge. She just nodded. Saying it out loud made it less heavy, less like a secret I had to carry alone. Have you ever let it out? It changes things. That's when I started to shift. I realized I didn't need to vanish. I needed something to hold on to. There was this stray cat I'd see skulking around my building, all bones and attitude. I started leaving food out, calling her Ghost. She'd hiss, then eat, then one day she stayed. I'd sit with her talking nonsense, and she'd purr like she got it. It was small, silly even, but it tethered me. I'd think, okay, I'll stick around for her. That little choice, to care, to show up, pulled me back from the edge. It wasn't a grand fix, but it was enough to make the days feel less like a void. What's your ghost? That one thing that keeps you here, even when the pull is strong? From there, it grew. I stopped dreaming of blank slates and started rewriting the one I had. I'd been clinging to old stuff, regrets, a job I hated, a version of me that didn't fit. So I let it go. I quit the gig that drained me, tossed out junk I didn't need, called a friend I'd been dodging for months. It wasn't easy. My hands shook when I hit send on that resignation email, but it was mine. I took Ghost to the vet, got her shots, made her official. I started writing in a notebook. Not escape plans, but ideas, things I wanted. Quieter days, real talks, a life that felt like me. That shift wasn't disappearing. It was deciding. And it was saying, I'm not running, I'm building. What could you build if you chose to stay? And here's where it lands. That desire to leave everything behind, it's still there some days. When the world gets loud, when I stumble, it whispers again. But now I know it's not the boss of me. I've got tools. Silence when I need it. Ghost purring on my lap. A life I'm shaping one choice at a time. I went from standing at the door, ready to bolt, to sitting here telling you this. It's not a fairy tale. I'm not fixed, just fighting. But every time I choose to stay to tweak the story, that urge loses a little ground. You've got that fight too. It's not about never wanting to run, it's about what you do when you feel it. So, let's talk about you. You're here, listening, maybe nodding along. That's a start. That desire, it's real, it's heavy, but it's not the end. I used to think disappearing was the only way out, but it's not. You can choose the silence, find your tether, rewrite your page. Start small. Tomorrow, turn off the noise for an hour, see what you feel. Look for your ghost, that one thing worth staying for. Let go of one weight, write one line of what you want. It's not about erasing, it's about editing. I did it, messy as it was, and I'm still here. You can too. I'm not saying it's smooth. Some days I still stare out that window, wondering. But I choose. Every time, I choose. That's the power. It's mine, and it's yours. This isn't the end of the story. It's the middle, the part where you decide what's next. I've got more to share, more edges I've walked. Check out my next video right here for how I turn that whisper into a roar. Hit subscribe if you're ready to wrestle this thing and win. You're not disappearing, you're deciding. I'll see you in the next one. Choose you.